Yeah. And just so you know, right? Having knowledge of a protection order does not mean that you know what it says. Not serving the respondent is in violation of the law. It says the respondent must know what restraint provisions are in place and when the order expires. As a sheriff's department, if you can call me on the telephone and tell me when there's a court hearing, right? You can call me on the telephone and tell me what the restraint provisions are by giving me a copy of the order. So when I get a copy of every order that this county has issued and I look at exactly what you did, the only thing I see that you do is violating the laws. Now, I want my sons and I want you to enforce the law. And all you've done is say, well, he's crazy. I'm not crazy. I could see what you were doing. Now, give me my sons and let me speak to Marilyn Van Poyne, enforce my victim's rights. Yes. And arrange for me to be housed in a five-star hotel where I can sleep on a bed. Do you understand? Now, you're corrupt. You've been propagating the half truth that I'm mentally ill, when the truth is I'm not mentally ill. I'm just not like you. I will wait for years for you to do what the law says. And that involves every sheriff and every police officer of the nation. And for all of them that says, well, he's got to be crazy. He should go in there yelling and screaming his head off about how corrupt the police department are. I'm not crazy. I just do things different than you do. You wouldn't wait a week to not get what you want. I will wait for years as I have done, and I want you to do what I want. Now, for some reason, you thought I was crazy for being different than you are. You thought I was stupid for sending emails when I proved that you slashed my emails and then refused to arrest your family? Pooch. I document on Facebook every time that you block my Gmail account. Every time you delink my links. Ooch. I document every time that you have wrongfully arrested me and you have jailed me without any authority or jurisdiction of law. And you seem to think that I'm crazy for doing what is different than yourselves. Well, I'm not. Every time I document a lawsuit, it's an actual lawsuit that happens to involve every individual in this nation that has any legal or professional liability. And you thought I was crazy for being different than you are. Oh, you just wanted me to play ball. You wanted me to jump through your hoops. You wanted me to do your mental health evaluation. You wanted me to just ask you real nice to do what the law requires. You wanted me to take your pills and have you involuntarily prescribe them. You wanted me to be on Medicare. Pooch. You wanted me to give up my inheritance. Ooch. You wanted me to not take everything you own. I do things different than you do. You know, there was something in this magazine that is different than what you do. Ooh, they got a lot of nice airplanes in here. Yes, they do. And I just, there was something in here. You know, each of us reads a little different, the comprehension. And I see things different than you see things. Phew. I see a radar that's going around faster than 5 seconds, maybe milliseconds, so as to saturate the atmosphere and cause individuals to have to be on one another. I see that the military might not have recognized the difference of not having that 12-second rotation because it's just standing there. It doesn't actually rotate. Then you decided to pulse in some technology that happens to be rotating in milliseconds so as to saturate the minds of those that you're wanting to believe your half-truths. Now, um, the dream, yes, originally 10 years, flight, yeah, there's Venture ALP Summit, last leg. There's a mission in aircraft of choice with the Ramos. Yes, yes, yes. They had a big adventure in this, the dream that wouldn't die. Yes. International Learn to Fly Day. I know it was in here someplace. In fact, I remember reading it, but I wanted to show you what's in here instead of you just believing what I say. I know. One look at the boomerang, you might ask if it really flies. Yes. Single seat jet fighter concepts. Twin booms. We never did any planning. Yes. Now, when you read something, do you understand what the Burt Rutan, the scale composite years? Yeah. This is really something. Now, let me see. Conclusion. Spend their careers. Unconventional thinking. Recreational pilot building his own airplane, a major defense attempting a multi-billion-dollar contract. Um, I can't find exactly what I was looking for. Yes. I know it had something to do with aircraft, though, because it was in this magazine. Yes. 10 months of the day of designing $2.2 billion contract. Boeing, Lockheed, and Northrop. Yes, yes. Wait a second here. I think this is it. People went, holy cow, look what this guy builds in 4 or 5 months. So this is a business opportunity to get in another business. And it was aircraft went into production. Oh, that was it. The aircraft that went into production. Could you get me every location in this nation and every nation where they actually manufacture aircraft? 20 miles down.